All right, everyone. Main event.
Yes.
It's our IÚR Fighting Championship main event here. Mr.
Yes.
Matty O'Ruairc.
Hello.
Congratulations. If I had a somewhere on this touchpad, there's a applause button. I don't know where it's at, but yeah.
So there's no need.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
I feel great. Yeah, I was quite nervous coming into this fight. Kaillum is obviously comes from a great gym, very well respected, and one of the oldest gyms in the country. He's a monster of a man. I don't, you saw him in there. I wanted to do push-ups before we got to side by sides. Obviously, very, very good wrestler, very, very strong. There was definitely a lot of work that had to be put in for this. But yeah, my greatest respect to him and Wilhelm Martial Arts. Obviously, it's a tough opponent, and there was them pre-fight nerves coming into it, which I'm almost glad for at this stage. Yeah.
What do you do to kind of keep that from really taking over?
Embrace it.
Yeah.
I did an interview recently with Dave Farrell, and we touched on this a little bit.
Shout out Dave.
Shout out Dave, you beautiful, beautiful man.
He's supposed to be here tonight, but
I know I'm missing him. But we touched on this with Dave, talking about nerves, and I feel like thinking about nerves as something you need to push down or ignore is ignoring the purpose of it. I always look back on The Dark Knight Rises, the Christopher Nolan Batman film. There's a quote in it, my inner nerdiness coming through, but there's a quote in it saying, "How can you move faster than is possible without the greatest impulse to the spirit, which is the fear of death?" And I feel like taking that and adapting it to this sport is to say, I need to embrace these nerves. If I'm comfortable, if I'm cocky or confident, too confident, I'll be slow. I won't move quickly. I won't get out of the way of the shot. I won't be able to think fast enough. I'll get caught. I'll be done. So I feel like really not shying away from the nerves. Now you can obviously still get that rhythmic heartbeat, but I feel like embracing those nerves for what they should be, which is like that adrenaline. It's like your Kickstarter for your adrenaline. I think the embrace of that is really what's carried me a lot, even through my whole amateur career.
Right on.
Yeah, man.
So you're fighting at middleweight. This is a middleweight fight.
Yeah.
Like you both look like you look bigger than middleweight. So like it's seeing you go in there, like you both look gigantic.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I need to give some respect to Kaillum for taking the fight. I actually weighed in a kilo over.
Okay.
So we hit 85 yesterday. It was my second day of cutting weight, and we got to a certain stage. I think it hit 1 o'clock in the day. We were there since 8 o'clock in the morning, and my weight would just not move. I was doing 30, 40-minute stints with saunas in and out, and absolutely wasn't moving. And it was like, okay, we'll try 5 more minutes, and that's not working. We need to make a call here. And all the respect in the world to Kaillum for actually still taking the fight. I really, really respect that. I really, really admire and I really, really appreciate that. But yeah, for me, I find getting the weight down is definitely my struggle when it comes to
same here
to fighting. Yeah, but you're a husky, you got the beard and the glasses, handsome man. But I feel like as an amateur fighter looking to do more after this, everyone needs to take something that they need to evolve, obviously. And with me, although I feel like my focus has been more on my mental game, pushing into fights, it's clear that I still need things to work on going into my pro career. And this is one of them. I missed my last fight opportunity because of weight problems. Nearly missed this great opportunity with my own weight problems. So as I evolve as an athlete, it is my...
Would you consider moving up a step?
I really considered it. I have fought at light heavyweight for a while.
Yeah.
I fought some really, really top guys at light heavyweight, but for me, middleweight is what was comfortable. And I feel like to cop out and let myself have light heavyweight is a disservice to guys that really, really, thrive to fight in the weight division. And I feel I'm comfortable enough at middleweight that that's something that I need to address myself as I move forward.
Gotcha. So, before we get off this fight, before we move away from this fight here, just get us inside your head the last 30 seconds of that fight, because it was just you were throwing it was body blows. It kind of ended it, right? It was hard to tell because I was at his back, but it was body blows. Is that correct?
Yeah. I got to give props to my one of my coaches, one of my training partners. He's also a very, 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 very close friend of mine, Paul Nolan.
Yeah.
He, I have a tendency when I start to pot shot, when I see my opponent is hurt, I'm a head hunter. And just from the corner himself and Miles, I apologize for my cotton mouth. him and Miles just started calling him body, 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 body. And I remember in my last fight in December with Ben, it was definitely something that I took from it because again, I was head hunting and missed a lot of opportunities for body shots. So I put a lot of work into my body shots. Fucking cotton mouth is terrible.
Is there more water?
It's over on the table there. I want to grab it. But yeah, I just heard that from my corner. Just managed to keep an ear out, and it was one body shot that hurt Kaillum. And just finished with some comfortable ground strikes. Yeah.
What were you thinking? Like after the ref climbs in there, separates the two. Like what were you thinking right then and there?
It's strange at this point. This is my 10th fight. At this point, it's kind of
10 already.
I think it's 10.
Yeah.
Maybe he hit me a fucking hard overhand the first round.
I think you're right. Something like that.
It's around the 10 mark. Oh my god, I'm gonna actually do.
Yeah.
Seconds.
No. Go. Please.
Oh my god, water so delicious for fat guys. Yeah. So the last couple of seconds after the ref pulls you in, I feel like it's almost expected. I can kind of tell at my own stage now where I'm kind of going. Okay, it's one or two more, and I'm getting pulled off this guy. And I think there was one shot I was coming over the ear, and then I just switched, came underneath the armpit, and I hit solid. And as soon as I felt it, I knew Deck, the referee, was going to jump in. And it's a moment of, you earn that win, you kind of feel that win, and everything, all the emotion comes out then.
Right on. All right. So briefly, you mentioned about moving on into a pro career. What's that look like for you? When do you think you might make that transition? Not to put any pressure on you or anything like that, but like, what are you thinking? What are you and your team thinking?
Well, ever since winning the belt back in December, it's definitely been on my mind. Ever since maybe even the Ryan Higgins fight.
Yeah,
I was considering this being my pro career. At the minute, nothing cemented. Obviously, I wanted to get to that kind of double-digit mark. I wanted at least 10 fights. I might try and close out the year as an amateur and see what next year holds for me. But as far as I'm concerned, right now, it's go home, take away, snuggle up on the couch with the missus, and plan all that on Monday.
Right on. What's one thing you're taking away from tonight that you're just going to use later on?
For me, actually, I looked back at my old fights and seeing how I acted in the cage after my fights. There was one or two times I look back on, I kind of cringe. I kind of almost feel like I look at him and kind of go, "You're a dick."
Bit too much celebration, or
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for me, the one that I always call back to was my first fight with Sam Driver. Sam actually fell to his knees, and I'm doing an impression of a gorilla. Now I have to put that on the Myalo martial arts community. Where's the camera there? You guys bullied me into that, and don't you dare say it, because I do great gorilla impression for the kids. They made me do it. You all made me do it. You know you did.
Prove it.
Grania Murphy, I'm calling you out. Grania's a lovely woman. I think my conduct in the cage after the fight really had to evolve a little bit, had to be a bit more respectful. All the swearing, all that kind of stuff, I kind of wanted to pull back a little bit on. So it's like you were saying, how do you feel that first 30 seconds? For me there tonight, as soon as I got pulled off, I kind of went, okay, and breathe.
Yeah, right on.
Let's be a bit more professional about this.
Right on. That's awesome. That definitely shows growth, and especially growth in character, which these days in this sport, I think it's undervalued. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
What was I going to say? What's something to pivot a little bit more into like what I really like to talk about, especially like when it comes to like the benefits of combat sports and stuff like that. Like what's one thing that you use daily that you have learned in your time in combat sports?
For me, I think the biggest thing that I try and pass on, or the biggest thing that I try and keep in my life as a constant, is the idea of discipline over motivation. I don't know if you could tell, I was a real fat kid growing up, which is still kind of shining through a little bit. But for me, I hit a bad slump just before COVID, and it was gauging that idea of like, don't sit around waiting for motivation, be disciplined. Someone I look up to very highly is Callie Roundtree. He talks a lot about mental health and getting yourself up off the couch, and I feel like it's not wrong to think about, but I feel like the main thing people get in their heads is I need to be motivated to get up. And for me, a big thing was understanding that no, sometimes you have to say, fuck you, get off the couch, start working, and then the motivation comes. Yeah. So for me, taking it day to day, I try and train as much as I can with, practical excuses if they have to be excuses to not train. But for me, the biggest thing was I need this for this, for everything else that needs to be done, whether I'm in the mood to sit down and play games or watch TV or whatever it is, that my comfort zone is the discipline to get up and go and then build motivation off of it.
Oh yeah, right on, brother. Look, I appreciate your time. It's the end of the night here. I don't want to keep you too long.
That's all good.
And look, man, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Until next time. Before we go, I just want everyone to check out combatconfidential.com. If you like me doing these interviews, showing up to these shows, talking to awesome fighters like Matty, please check it out. Please help support my dream, my ambition of of bringing this type of quality content to the
It's
amateurs.
fantastic. The last time we were here, he held a microphone for me. We didn't have a light box or a background, so that was only what, December?
Yeah, a year ago maybe.
You're doing fantastic.
Yeah. Look, I dump too much money in here. My wife hates it. But no, like yeah, please check it out. combatconfidential.com. Or just like, share, subscribe. Go to YouTube as well. Please, just anything.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Right on, brother. Hey, man.
Thank you, sir.
Love talking to you every time. It's
Appreciate
great.
it. Thank you very much.
So until next time, appreciate. Oh, do you want to say anything, or do you want to shout it out? Or?
What I always do, a lot of guys that helped me out with this camp was the team around the Waterford boys. Solomon King Simon, who's fighting soon. His brother Sam, Lee Randall, Kevin Keogh. A lot of those guys up there give us really, really almost dangerously hard spars. I think they're just used to it, to be honest. But they're great spars for us preparing. I always like to give love back to my own community, our academy, Mile Martial Arts. Everyone there, our entire community, our family. I always send love out to you all. It's the first place I check after a fight because all your support really means so much to me. Thanks very much, guys.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Beautiful. Again, combatconfidential.com. Check it out. Everyone else, all right, that's it. I don't know how to end this. All right, bro.
See you later, fuckers.
Yeah.
Peace out.
See ya.
Confidential, let's go.